Welcome to Hangin with Hal, a show about people who are competitive with their barbecue skills. As a fellow competitor and owner of Charcoal and More, I interview my guests to get their best stories and favorite failings to learn what makes them great competitors and great people.
It's one of my favorite concepts.
Is it?
Yeah, I think they do a tremendous job down on the river. That's
except that time that he got the knock on his door.
You knock there?
So I did get a knock on my door. I think it was my second year cooking.
Yeah.
And my daughter did dessert
Pumpkin
entry.
cheesecake dessert.
Yeah. And right after the comp, I just wasn't thinking. Somebody knocked on my door and it was Kent. And I went,
And we were
son
the
of
reps.
a
you're the rep.
gun.
That's never a good
What did I not get done?
The judges ate all the dessert.
And Kent goes, well, I actually thought it was one of the four. And I don't know why I wasn't thinking with that. I was tired that day. And back then you didn't sleep hardly at all.
No.
But they just wanted more dessert.
Judges ate it all.
You know what was so funny? I went up, I got a rib call.
Some more.
And start with, that's funny itself, right? So I got a rib call, and that's funny itself. But while I was up there, the lady that ran it that year, she told me, she goes, hey, you got any more of that dessert? And I came back and I told my daughter, I said, hey, I think you won. And she goes, nah, Dad, there's no way I won. I said, yeah. And you remember how far back we used to set from the stage?
Yeah.
I mean, we used to set way back. I guarantee you she made 3 steps to the stage. She was so happy. It
Yeah,
was
you
just,
won 80 dessert
Yeah,
that day.
180
Yeah,
dessert that
yeah.
day.
That's good.
So
But Kent was like, there's so much dessert. I said, I know. So what are we going to do? He's like, I'll go get some. I said, okay. He came back. He's like, you should have seen Mark's face.
well, I thought I had done something
That's
wrong.
not a good feeling. I've had that feeling. We have.
Yeah,
I
some
mean-
of that knock on the trailer doors.
Oh, no.
Have you had the knock for the DQ?
Yes, I have.
Where at?
New pal.
Three great calls.
Well, we didn't have the knock for the DQ in New Pal.
Oh no, we knew we were DQ
We've never
because he
had a
never come
knock
back.
for the DQ.
We had a
No,
knock.
he had
We
a
had a
knock.
knock in another contest,
Okay.
which I can get into if we want to.
Let's do it.
Okay, Donnie Bray, which we talked about already.
Yeah.
He had a method. I know all of y'all do on his burn ends. Okay, so we would do his method with basically a
Let him
braise thing. Well, you know, me being Chicken Little, the sky's always falling. Come brisket time, I'm always panicking about what, I want the bach, but I don't want to send to him until the last time. So we come up with a brainy idea. When we cut those burn ends up, we take toothpicks and we chain them together. These six or
make a
seven, these
little
6 or
log.
7, not what you think. 6 or
Okay.
7.
Okay.
And then we would have them together because, when you cut them, you can tell.
That way we
So-
can just take the log out.
Yeah, and take a log out, and
We don't
these
have to
match.
pick so
I don't have to fill them all. I don't have. So we did it. And we got a call that year. We looked at it. That year we got a call in brisket every contest except for the jack. Okay, we were in another contest earlier that year in Tennessee. May have been Sevierville.
Well, you might as well say it now, shit.
Which is another great contest, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
okay.
And we got a knock on the door,
Oh,
and
Philip
they
Razor.
opened the door, and there's a rep. I thought, oh my God. And he said, don't panic. He said, I just want you
Kid
to
didn't
see
do
something. No. And he has a burn in his napkin, and he hands it to me, and I look at it. He goes, you see that? And I said, yeah. And it's a blue stripe right through the middle of the burn.
Oh, the
It
color,
looks
that was
like-
you.
Yes, you remember that? I probably shouldn't be saying. It looked like the dye, when they stamp your beef, they look, which is impossible because it's in the middle of a burn in. And I'm like, I don't know what the hell happened there. We were just, and really
Yeah,
at the
he's
time,
saying we didn't DQ you. We judged it because we figured it was a die of some sort.
it wasn't any form, wasn't. But we just wanted you to see it. I said, okay, which we knew then we weren't going to do well in brisket. And as soon as we shut the door, it hit us. I went to the drawer and looked at our toothpicks.
Don't use color toothpaste.
They were blue toothpicks.
And then it was like you open that when she bit into that burn end, she looked at it. It was just blue.
Oh, that's funny.
And we freaked. And then when we found that out, I said, "Man, luckily."
Moral of the story:
we haven't
don't
done it.
use color blue.
Blue chip.
It doesn't matter what color
That's right,
burn
blue
is.
chip.
Yeah,
Look at
working.
But the system worked. I mean, his burn ends, that method really worked well.
Yeah.
And then with us putting them chained in the teeth pick, I just grabbed them, pulled 2 picks, dropped them, and he go. Don't use colored food. I mean, we were all in about blue, but
I get it.
yeah, but no, never again.
They probably had little UK stickers on the end of it.
Probably did. But,
Oh, me.
it's funny. We get a good laugh. I don't know how many. I've told that story to somebody once before, but not to. Maybe it was you.
Yeah, I think it was.
There you go.
We figured, what the hell?
Yeah, why not? I want to hear about the drop pork.
Okay, so second year of Bentonville, actually last year of Benton. I said Bentonville, but I mean Benton, Kentucky. We're sitting there. It's downpouring the rain.
It always rained there.
The mud was probably 6 or 7 inches deep. People were going out and getting skids from the local lumber place standing on. I went and got a couple. Back then, it was my second year cooking. I actually had put the pork always in it like a turkey bag. And so the first one went in the turkey bag, went into the Cambro. Second one, the bag was open on both ends. I dropped that thing, it hit the mud, splashed all over the place, and I'm picking it up, looking to see if anybody sees it, put it back in the bag and put it in the Cambro. Got a call that weekend.
Don't prejudge what you turn in. Is moral of the story, huh?
It was extra flavor and protein.
Just a little bit of home seasoning there.
There you
They
go.
like that.
Yeah.
They like that.
Boy, it was bad that year.
It rained.
God, it was awful.
Yeah, always rained.
I seen people going out to buying carpets and sitting on the ground, and as soon as they stepped on it,
Yep.
it was gone. So it was a bad one.
Yeah.
And that was the last one. That was a good comp too.
Yeah.
It got the year started off.
Yep.
And I would still be doing that one today since that was my very first one.
Yeah,
that's-
there you go.
That was a good one. Franklin didn't last long. Our first
that was one and done.
All I can remember other than decent is they had tractor pulls. Okay. And back then we slept in a tent basically, right? Yeah. We had nothing and we went to bed decently early, and all you could hear, they were up on the hill. That's a full pull.
Well, didn't Connorsville have the same thing? In Connorsville, they had tractor pulls.
Yes, they did have
Yeah.
tractor pulls.
Yeah. Carl had 2 comps going on
We
back
didn't
then.
compete there, but I did drive up to judge
Was
it
it
one year.
Harmon, Georgia, or Hammond, Georgia?
Hammond.
Hammond.
Hammond. I think they had one down there also.
Yeah. All them fairgrounds.
So when you ask me what my favorite comp is,
Yeah.
honestly, I think all of them's my favorite. I like them all. There's really some good ones, though, that you'll say, like, you'll go back regardless. And I'm going to say there's one we did last year in Waxhaw.
I really enjoyed that.
I really enjoyed that.
That was really, really good.
Great
If you get a
people,
chance
friendly
to go.
people, beautiful town.
Well,
And it's so neat. I mean,
A neat little walking
especially-
town.
Yeah.
yeah, because everything's right there. There's where you are, and then they judge in a church right next to the parking lot. But every single road, there's little shops and restaurants and diners, and I mean, even
It's
the
that small
furthest
town feel that you
furthest
really
walk
like.
that we had to a restaurant was maybe a quarter of a mile or
Yeah,
something
that was
down the
the
road.
one.
It was the furthest walk.
Yeah.
But it was still a pleasant walk. It wasn't miserable. It was nice weather. It was very, good brisk walk.
It's a
sidewalks
drive,
and
though.
everything. It is a drive.
It's a drive.
Waxhaw,
But-
Virginia, correct?
No,
No,
North Carolina.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Well,
Really,
Just
really
outside,
nice.
just outside of Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Yeah.
Really, really nice.
It's
I
a
would
drive.
highly recommend that.
Whatever that highway is getting out there, straight up, straight down, all the way around the left and right curves.
Well,
That's
you were in
that's a
Asheville
tough
the
little
weekend,
ride.
weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we told you we were coming
Yeah,
through
we called
Asheville.
Right.
But the other
It's
one,
it's that Kodak to North Carolina run that's just not fun.
Yeah.
But it wasn't too bad.
Well, we had to stop and get your trailer, which wasn't your RV wasn't too far out of the way. So,
Other than getting in the campground.
oh, that was awful.
It wasn't that bad.
If Kent tells you, "Hey, I got you a campground,"
Well, he did tell us that this year.
well, I'm just going to tell you,
Worked out.
And it wasn't that bad, was it?
Pretty good.
one out of every 5 that he picks is pretty good because that Fun in the Sun,
Fun in
that
the
was a
Sun.
pretty good
That
little
was-
campground.
I find the cheap ones too, don't I?
Yes, you do, buddy. Yeah, this one's only $19.
If you sneak
There's
in
a
late,
reason why it's
if you sneak in late at
$19.
night, it's free.
That was the one in
That's
Nashville?
what-
Are we talking about?
No, the one in North Carolina.
Walt's
that we went.
Nashville was great.
No,
Yeah,
it
that
wasn't
was
bad at all.
great.
That was a great contest.
And I made a good friend there.
Contest. That was a good
Yep,
contest.
yep.
Yes,
did.
and you did make a good
Yeah, I
friend
did.
there.
I made a good friend there. He let the barbecue bus come in for free that night.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Union City, Tennessee, that was good too.
Yeah.
So where's that at?
Way
It's
West
really
Tennessee.
near,
North of Memphis,
You
basically.
go to Paducah and you're not far.
yeah.
but it was. I mean,
45 minutes from
okay,
Paducah.
so it is a long drive, but
Good road the whole way over. I mean,
the
Western Kentucky Parkway.
organizer
Yeah, that's good. We'll talk
was amazing.
It was
I
first
mean,
year for that comp too.
First year
Yeah.
for the comp, but they went out of their way above and beyond for the teams, and not just us. I mean, for us, we went out there with local yokels. We went out there on a Wednesday. On Thursday, there was a local museum that we took the kids to, and we both had driven out there. We both have RVs. We don't have vehicles. We asked her. There's no Uber there,
Right.
so we
Yeah,
asked her,
little bit.
"Hey, do you know of a way for us to get there? Transportation, whatever." She's like,
Yeah, because
Oh,
Brad
well,
was going to take the RV.
yeah.
And he said, I'll unhook the trailer on. We'll just all load my
drive
RV and we'll
to
drive
the
over.
RV. And we talked to the organizer, and she's like, "We have church here on the fairgrounds every week, every Sunday for a shelter or some type of
Yeah, they
some
sublet it
type
out.
of yeah. They contract out the church leaves their van here every week, so we have free use of the van." She says, "I'll just pick up the van." She picked us all up, dropped us off, came back, picked us up. When she dropped us off, just let me know when you need a ride back. We'll come back and pick you up. Then Jakey Leg needed their shower. They had water issues in their RV and everything, so they didn't have any running water, so no showers or whatever. And so he always like, "Oh, I need a shower." And she's like, here's my house. You can go to my house, take a shower. And Allie's like, "I don't know, but I need to go to the grocery store." She's like, "Here's my keys to my truck. Just take my truck. Go ahead."
that's
I mean,
great.
it was
Yeah.
Great.
it was amazing.
Great small town
That
hospitality.
Very
That's what
contest
you're
will
saying.
be around for a while if they want it to be.
Yeah, they won.
If they're like,
They
And they had a
actually
good crowd.
they've already
They had
signed
festival.
up. They're already the judging class already for that comp.
Yeah.
Is there? I know they're doing a double.
I think
Yeah.
Sweet Swine of Mine did a video of
we
that
need-
comp
we
because I
need-
think I saw you.
You need
did.
to go
There's
to-
already a comp here that same week.
That was one
And-
that
What is that?
Smoked Me Silly
What is that?
video.
Smoke Me Silly. That's who it was.
Yep.
That's right.
Warsaw.
What's the same week?
Oh, that's Warsaw
we're not
weekend.
going to Warsaw.
Yeah.
We'll go back down
Yeah,
there.
we'll go to Union City.
But what Mark said, there's a lot of good
Yeah, a lot
contests
of
out
good
there, and
Yeah.
because we had a 2 or 3 years ago, we said we're going to cut back this year. We are cutting back. Granted, that was 2 or 3 years
This
ago.
year?
That didn't.
So how many of y'all doing this year?
Yeah, I know. Well, but a couple of years ago, we were in cut back, and I said, all right, we've got this big list. Let's just lay them out, and let's just. And I told her, I said, you pick yours first, and we're going to just go down through this. What was your very first one you said?
Sevierville.
Yeah, and I said same thing, Sevierville, Tennessee.
It's a great.
I've never done really overly good there.
Have we all signed
don't
up
care.
for that?
I've already signed up. Yeah,
Okay.
you sign up?
Nope.
Not
I-
yet?
He's out of
Oh,
town.
you're
I think
out of town. You're in. Yeah,
I'm somewhere.
you're occupied that weekend.
The really sucky part about Sevierville this year is the kids have a thing with choir and band on Sunday, so we have to come back Saturday. I'm really bummed about that.
Oh,
Yeah,
so you're going to miss.
Yes, shut up.
You're going to miss his wife dragging him out of the place, dragging all of us out.
After she was drunker and a skunk.
But that's again.
That's a great compliment.
That's what makes the great
When we
comps
go-
is the areas that
So
we.
you're not
the
staying
stuff.
Saturday night?
No, we can't. She can't. I mean,
Well,
Guess what?
Kent's in, you're out.
She can ride home with us.
You go right ahead and take the kids home. I'll stay with them.
But we bring him down probably most of the time, at least 10, 12 people, couples that come to that. We were in a chalet, and it's a great time for us.
Yeah.
We come down on Thursday morning.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
Well, and the thing of it
And I'm
is,
glad to see it back.
yeah.
I was
that's
worried
the-
about
I
that
could
one.
even sleep on his couch because now that his daughter lives in Tennessee, she won't be as mad when he has to leave on Sunday morning.
That's right.
So
Because
it's
we'll
all
already
good.
be there.
Yeah.
Okay.
You take the kids home on Saturday night.
all right,
Get right
Rach,
ahead.
we're eating out.
Okay.
We're going wherever
We
we
went
We
to
know
Bubba
we
Gump.
know where
We
we're
can go
going.
somewhere else.
Yeah.
We can go somewhere else.
Hey, we can go to
Good steakhouse there.
Yeah.
There is.
Let's try
Brazilian
this.
steakhouse
Try
there.
this.
It's killer.
Okay.
There you
Yes, it's killer.
go. There you go.
I'll be Team Blue Chip on Saturday night.
There you go. That's
You want to be because
I don't know. As long as
That
we get
means you're-
reserve, I'm okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
see,
means
we
you're
may-
We buy. I have no problem with that.
Oh, we know all
that-
about that.
Yeah.
We know
That was
all about
almost
that.
Nashville.
That was almost a situation down in Nashville,
Yes,
wasn't
it
it?
was.
Yeah, I heard
Oh,
that
but
kind
we've
of
already made a deal about Nashville. Did
has
you know
kind
that?
of been changed for this year. coming
Charlie and
up.
I have
Yeah.
already talked about Nashville.
Yeah, we made arrangements.
We
just
made
in case
arrangements.
We get lucky. They may it ain't luck for them, but it'd be luck for us.
Oh, it'll be lucky.
No, it'll be luck for us.
We were
Yeah,
on-
we made it.
So
we had a pretty
how
good
you got to
run
make
there.
sure that you're cooking
for a few of
Nashville?
those contests.
How does this sound
Because-
feel like it's getting out of control?
These are my friends. This is what we do. This sounds
This is
like a
like a
Thursday night.
barbecue comp.
They're out of here, though.
I'm just checking.
This is like a barbecue comp right now.
It is. It
Yeah,
really
it
is.
Where's the sun?
But you can take back control anytime you want.
No,
sorry.
this is all good.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted. This
We
is,
are
I
kind of
think,
missing the solo.
Yeah. A little
I know.
fire in the middle for us.
this is not.
Well, we got fire.
Yeah, we got more of that.
Well-
We got more beer.
Of a ball.
Yeah. So again, I don't know if we got around to everybody's favorite, but I think Mark made a good point about there's
I mean, we just
you can't help it
There's
when it
so many,
snows.
though.
Snows 3 inches in Nashville one year, and then rains 4 inches the next.
Yeah.
And we're pushing.
And
we're
yet we
pushing.
still all want to go back.
Yeah,
And you get towed out on your RV. You have to get pulled out and
that's
have a
you every
record.
year.
Yeah, that's-
every contest. This guy
That's kind of stopped though.
Yeah, you've gotten smart now. Not,
Yeah,
not-
I start pre-planning things now. So
That's
There's
right.
some good ones.
That's right.
Jim
Well,
Eaton Thursday night. I can't imagine any better.
the killer about it, you really
Well,
can't
not
just
even
pick
Thursday night.
one
Saturday night was equally
because
good.
if you just
we
pick
always
one,
both. We both.
Oh, you both
Right.
did.
Right.
you know
I
what I'm
agree.
saying?
I mean,
There,
Craig
there's
always
a-
buys.
I think
I
it's
mean,
better.
there's some comps
the
that
entire
you go,
contest is no longer there anymore.
yeah, it was okay,
But,
but
you know,
I'm not going
but
to
there
mention
are-
those.
yeah.
Right.
But
Because
there are for
very
every
few.
one of those, there are 5 that are the other
Oh,
side.
there's probably more than that.
if not more.
There's one in Franklin, Indiana.
Yeah, Franklin,
That's
yeah,
a pretty good
yeah,
contest.
that is pretty good.
Oh,
contest.
good plug.
Good plug.
Where are we at on that one, Kit, Rachel?
Who's your
Sign
barbecue
up,
classic?
Sign up early.
Sign up today.
That's right. Exactly. Well, and again, we won't name names, but sometimes you go to the first year or second year contest and you go, it's just not working, is it?
Yeah.
And sure enough, we don't make that decision of coming back or not coming back. Something happens to where it doesn't work because it doesn't work. If it doesn't work for everybody, it doesn't work for anybody.
Right.
And there are a few that could have worked, but it just didn't happen.
Sometimes you get the organizer, everybody tries to help because they want to come, see it come back, and they're just so hard headed. They're not. They're
Or the
not listening
organizer,
to it.
the ones that aren't really part of the barbecue community, that's their job,
Yeah.
then you can just tell that they're not.
Yeah.
We're doing it because we're doing
we got
it.
to volunteer
Boy.
to do it or whatever. Yeah.
But the ones that
Right. Well,
really enjoy it, you
I
can
mean,
tell.
what's his name? Sevierville. What's his name? Morgan? Houston.
Yeah,
I want to
Houston.
say Morgan. Houston. I mean, he works hard at this.
Yeah.
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 He does.
But
And
those are the good contests, though, and those are the ones that understand. I mean, let's face it. We've seen several contests, and maybe we've seen it more from a rep side than a team side. But we've seen several contests. The ones that struggle more and more are the ones that have so much of the responsibility that they're trying to do, and I can't tell you how many times we preach it, but yet it seems to continuously fall on deaf ears. You will not succeed if you are the only one doing it.
Yeah.
If you're relying on your own strength and you're relying on only a
Or your
handful
family.
of people to do it, they will turn on you. They will get burned out. You will get burned out, and it will not continue because you cannot sustain that. In order, I mean, Kent talked about the Florida contests, and we've never been to an FBA, so we don't know how those are run. But the 3 that we went to that were Florida KCBS, they were all great contests. We all had a good time, but every single one of them had at least 30 to 50 people that were behind it.
sure.
And not just on paper the 3 months leading up to it, but there, boots on the ground, working it, volunteering. I mean, the last one we went to here in Lakeland, they had at least 30 local police officers, security, additional, and 50 people in riding around in golf carts with staff shirts on and volunteer shirts and everything else. there was not a shortage of that at all. And at no time did you have to ever turn around and say, oh, well, who's someone that's working this, or who's someone that I can talk to?
Mhm.
It was so prevalent there. And in order to be successful like that and to do it, you have to have that, because otherwise it cannot sustain itself.
Right. It has its own feeling. You can just, like I said earlier on, you can tell kind of the vibe of it, of how successful or not successful. Now, there are some exceptions to that. And you know, one of the one I miss. I mean, you guys remember, what was it, 5 years ago? 6 years ago? We had 11 contests in Indiana.
Yes.
We didn't even have to leave the
didn't have
border.
to leave, no.
11 contests in this state. How many we have in this year?
4,
5, 6, 5? I'm thinking
Well, we may be
Indy, Franklin, Warsaw, Liberty,
Madison.
And
Which
you got
is another
North
contest
Vernon.
and that's
We haven't talked about it. That's a great
Mount Vernon.
contest.
Mount Vernon.
Madison.
Not North Vernon.
Madison, yeah.
Yeah, Madison is great. And I was going to say,
and it's got the history behind it.
yeah, it's got the history behind it.
How many times
You
did
know-
you tell me you weren't going to cook it next year?
I've
Well, we
said
say
that
it
a lot.
every year. We're not cooking
But now,
Madison,
since
but we
after
turn
last
around
year,
and
we'll
do.
probably show up again. As long as Kent's there, we're showing up.
well, you know,
Are you making dessert?
Yeah, are you doing dessert?
What would we make, Dennis?
the-
I don't know. I'll yell up at you and ask.
Well, the other one we have. Well, I think we all have fond memories that we lost, but it did depend on. It ended up coming down to exactly what Rachel said. They had the core people doing way more than was expected, and that was New Pal.
Yeah.
It was-
Mark didn't just.
They did.
He
I
didn't
mean,
have
Mark,
the support
Mark
at all.
would just
Yeah.
beat up, and his staff grew smaller every year with the right concept. A great place, centrally located. I mean, we had lots of people coming from. We had Missouri teams there. We had Oklahoma teams there, I believe.
Yeah,
It was
we had,
and then we had the double, and we saw all sorts of folks we didn't know. That was the last year we had all sorts of people coming to that. And
But
again,
I
he
liked
ran out of
the fact that
volunteers.
It was all contained, especially because our kids were younger at that point in time. You know,
We
so
could, yeah, you
you
felt
could tell them
somewhat
you could,
comfortable
they
letting
could
them go.
run wherever they wanted, and you didn't feel like
Right.
it was
being out there on the baseball
out there
field.
somewhere.
Right. I agree. So anyway, it's, you know, and we'll see some more pop up. I think you have to approach these contests going forward in a little different fashion than you did in prior years.
Yeah.
I mean, we aren't in tents and U-Haul trailers. We're in RVs and it's big. I mean, you need power, you need all these things, and it's got to happen. It's going to change. It's going to evolve. And you know, all things do. So
You think of some of the comps we went to 10 years ago could never support, and I mean power-wise, grid-wise, or whatever, what we are now.
right? No, that's it. I mean, we're kind of our own worst enemies in that aspect. I mean, if you think about it,
I
and you
blame
could
Donnie
get-
Bray for that. Didn't he say that you got to get comfortable?
That's right. Well, let me tell you something. I seen his rig. He damn comfortable.
Because didn't he post a picture of house slippers that was little bunnies or something like that? He was getting out
You
Saturday
took it
morning
so
cooking.
comfortable that you said, "I want to feel like I'm at home."
Yep.
Yeah. It's,
So I think that's been.
Is when
Mark
you wake
didn't even
up,
get that right.
I
No,
did.
you
I'm already home.
Okay, you're home.
You
Yeah.
wake up with
Okay.
French lick, us sleeping on a cot on
Yep.
asphalt it was probably July.
It
Oh,
was
I went to
July.
that.
Oh, I
It was
remember
hot
that.
in the
It
80s.
was hot. And I
Oh
looked
my
over at
goodness.
Dennis about 3 a.m. I said, we ain't doing this again.
no,
Nope.
This
I
thing
remember
is
it was a
fun.
one and done
I had
too.
that at
Yeah.
Franklin, Indiana. It was actually my third contest ever. Franklin, Indiana. My dad and I. That's when she did her cook with ZZQ,
Mhm.
and it was hotter than all
Oh,
blue blazes.
that's it.
The power was shoddy
Yeah.
at best there on the square,
See if we-
and just it was miserable. And we at the time we had a trailer, but it wasn't something that we could roll the smoker into easily. We fought and got that thing in there, and we were done. We had everything put in the trailer. And I looked at him and I said,
No.
this is supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
And this is a hobby. We are having fun
We
right
got a
now.
trailer.
We got to do
Edition
something different.
next year.
Yeah.
I
We
was
gotta
in
do
the
something.
backyard at French Lick, and we had to go in and we were sleeping in the back of our utility trailer with our 70-pound lab on a blown up air mattress. And God help us if there would have been any sort of weather.
Yeah.
And then we had to go into the casino at about 2 a.m. just to get our body temperatures down. It was like 109 that
It was
day,
hot.
and it was like
That
95 at
asphalt,
night.
I mean, sleeping on them cots, you can just feel that heat.
Yeah.
Now, did you guys
Plus
cook
that
over here in
creek
New Albany
behind
the year
them
they
is
did
sulfur
at the
Oh,
church?
Oh, yeah.
sulfur.
The north side? at Northside when they did it there?
No, I didn't do that one.
So that was year before that.
Yeah, that was the year before.
So
they
did you
only
do the
did
one-
the French Lick up there?
Oh, I know that
one time,
once.
right?
This was the
Right.
year prior to that.
No, we didn't do
And
that.
did you do the one on the river, or was that was that same year?
No.
Okay, so you started the year of French
Yeah.
Lick.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, I do remember that too. Well, guys, it's been fun to have you here. We got to wrap it up for today. I hope we can do it again. Again, kind of feeling like a Thursday night was fun for me. I know it was fun for you. We'll close this session now and see if in a few months, maybe mid-season or late in the season, we could kind of get back together and do something else, something like this, or something we have to bring some. There's so many stories. I know you all have so many stories. I mean, we could go on for hours.
Some we don't want to talk about.
Well, yeah, but sometimes it's good to get off your chest. So we'll wrap it up with that. And thanks for coming. Appreciate it. Great to have friends like you guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.